Hello. Hello, everybody. Okay. Okay. 2, 3, 4.
Don't know why there's no sun up in the sky. Stormy weather since my man and I ain't together. It keeps raining all the time. Stormy weather, I can't seem to pull myself together. I'm weary all the time, so weary all the time. Since he went away, the blues walked in and met me. If he stays away, old rocking chair's gonna get me. All I do is pray the Lord will let me walk in the sun once more.
please remain standing for the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fires o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the balls bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Isla Habibic, and I'm very honored to be up here today to welcome you all to the graduation ceremony for our class of 2018 Rockets. This is one of the most significant events in a student's life, and I want to take this time to thank all the people who have made this day possible for us. I want to start off by thanking our dear teachers for the endless amount of time they've spent gifting us with their knowledge and teaching us lessons that have molded us into the graduates you see today. Thank you to our counselor, Mr. Ozil, for inspiring us to take the next step in life, guiding us through these momentous years, and showing us what the world has to offer. Thank you to those who have crossed our paths these last couple of years, supporting and motivating us to pursue our dreams and reminding us to never give up. I also want to thank our student body for the incredible bonds we have formed over these formative years at River City Science Academy, with many of us being here since sixth grade or even before. And a very special thank you to all the parents out there tonight, because without you guys, we would not be sitting here today. Many of you have come from so many different places and worked very hard to give us our chance at an education. And with your love and support, we have managed to open the doors to so many great opportunities. And we are all so happy and blessed that we have such amazing people with us today to celebrate this moment, because this is a milestone for all of us. And to my fellow graduates, I want to wish each and every one of you success in whatever you choose to pursue in life. So congratulations on the huge accomplishments, class of 2018. We finally did it. Now at this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our Executive Director, Dr. T, up on the stage, and may we all please give a round of applause while welcoming him up here.
I can't see anything, don't worry. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to extend a warm welcome to this commencement ceremony to the parents, families, and friends of the graduates, to our distinguished guests, to the board, the administration, faculty and support staff, our parent organization, of River City Science Academy, and finally, to the graduates themselves. Welcome. Since 2007, River City Science Academy has been at the vanguard of Duval County choice and charter schools. Living up to its reputation for nurturing academic achievement by challenging the students to excel, River City Science Academy is the first Duval County charter schools to receive an A grade in charter school history and to be named a high-performing charter school by the Florida Department of Education. And this reputation has been maintained over the years. Offering an innovative STEM curriculum, River City Science Academy currently serves over 2,500 students from kindergarten through 12th grade at 4 campuses with over 2,000 students on the wait list. Enrollment number will grow up to 3,000 for upcoming school year. When you look at the state test scores, our school scores are significantly higher than the district and state scores. This year, I am proud to say that our Science Olympiad team won the state championship and represented state of Florida at the national level. As we grow over the years, we have added new elements to our high school programs, like advanced placement capstone diploma on campus level, dual enrollment college level courses. We increased our advanced placement level courses. We had gifted program. We added career technical education program to our high school. For upcoming school year, I am pleased to announce that in partnership with College Board, we are starting a pre-AP path for incoming 9th graders. And we are one of a few schools in the nation that will pilot this program. And there are many more to add this to this list. I would like to take this moment to express my sincere thanks to Duval County Public School Choice Office and other district departments for their unending support since we started our journey in Duval County. Now, let me recognize and thank our parents for placing their trusting on RCSA. We always felt your support and your encouragement. You are the voice of RCSA in the community. And today, I can proudly say that we kept our promises when you first enroll your children at RCSA, and now they are ready to graduate. And you can be very proud of your children as they are ready to move into their next step in their lives. Let's give a round of applause to all parents, grandparents, and guardians, please. There are no words express my appreciation to our faculty. Whether they are arriving early to help students prep for a test or staying up late to grade papers, we all know teachers' days don't begin and end when the bell rings. Our teachers are more than instructional experts and often go above and beyond the call of duty. They are friends, mentors, support systems, and caretakers who shape young lives. Teachers lay the foundation for what our future is and what has the potential to be. Let's give a round of applause to all of our faculty. And to our administration and support staff. I also seen them work in a harmony with faculty, students, and parents, which I believe was the key factor in RCSA's success. I am very honored to have and thankful for such a wonderful team. Let's give them a round of applause. And to the students, I want to say by saying, congratulations. Just think, it seems it was only 7 short years ago that you walked into the 6th grade classrooms. Some of you joined us later in the years. And now, here you are, graduates of the class of 2018. From this point onward, I believe your life will change in one very important way. Up to this point, you have had a lot of people making decisions for you. Now, it's up to you. We have given you the tools to succeed, and now the choices are yours. Make each moment count. Consider how each moment is best spent, and watch as the moments lead to days, and then to years, and together they make up your life. As you move forward into new cycle of your life, go for everything you want, and don't you ever let any fear stop you. We are surrounded by people telling us to conquer our fears, but fear is normal. The trick is not letting fear stop you from doing important work. We cannot do away with fear, but we can choose to notice it with compassion and still move toward what is of value to us. When you have the internal thought, I want to do this, but I am scared, take one small step that moves you toward your goal. Listen to your values, goals, and ambitions, rather than worrying about what will make you look good. Today, one of your dreams and my dreams came true with your graduation. I have known many of you for years, and I have never been more proud of students whose persistence and dedication have accomplished so much. I am honored to have known you and had the opportunity to serve you. This is your moment, your hour to be recognized for all that you have accomplished during your years of study. It is the first of what I hope will be many golden days in the sun of each one of you. I salute your achievements, take pride in the honor which you bring to RCSA, and bid you the best luck as you move off to new horizons. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you and welcome to River City Science Academy Class of 2018 Commencement Ceremony. Now, I have the honor to introduce our keynote speaker today. He's not a stranger, he's a good friend of RCSA. And I am sorry I cut your bio, John Heyman. He's a professional background spanning 35 years that ranges from private ministry to public penitentiaries. He is now president of his consulting firm, and recently the CEO of the Jacksonville Children's Commission, which provided $38 million to support numerous child-serving nonprofits. He holds a master's degree in education from the University of Florida and has completed graduate work in psychology and doctoral work at the University of Florida. Clemson University awarded Heyman the Crystal Award, their top national award for his work in dropout prevention. Stanford University named Heyman a transformational leader. Mr. Heyman is in many organizations' board at the national level and state level, like Foundations Inc. Philadelphia, board of member of both University of Florida, Florida After School Network, Early Learning Coalition, and many. And he has been a keynote speaker in numerous national conventions, like youth conferences, business schools, colleges, civic groups, and many. He and his wife live in Jacksonville and have 3 children. He believes that you can't burn out until you have caught on fire. He also believes that our grandest hour has yet to be lived, and your greatest accomplishments have yet to be achieved by those who dare to be great. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me welcoming Mr. John Heyman.
Wow, it is bright up here. Now I won't be scared about the crowd. I noticed that the microphone is over on this side, so distinguished faculty, distinguished administration, distinguished parents, friends and guests of the graduating seniors, thank you for being here tonight. And obviously we have over 100 seniors sitting over here to my right, to your left. Thank you, Dr. T, for that. That's right. Thank you, Dr. T, for that introduction. That was very, very nice. I've thought in my mind at times, I'm going to walk over here because I don't want you all to feel neglected. I've wondered sometimes, what does the word senior mean? Do you ever wonder? I mean, it's a noun. I'm not even sure if the seniors have thought about it. It doesn't actually mean fourth year in high school. It doesn't mean that you're taller than the freshmen. You weigh more than the sophomores. It doesn't mean any of those things. It's a noun. So if you look at it and change it into an adjective, there's only one word in the American language that we attach the word senior to. An adjective senior, a noun citizen, a senior citizen. Wait a minute. That means these guys are 65 years old? Of course it doesn't mean that. So that's not what the word means. What does the word mean? Well, if you go into the old day dictionaries, you saw the etymology. I'm not even sure they do that anymore. But the etymology of the word has it closest to the word senile. So that's not it either. So the only word I could find comes from the Romans, and it was senex. We get our word senator from it. We get our word senior from it. And it means nobility and great above average ability. It's an amazing word when you look at it. It has nothing to do with how many years you've spent in school. That's what it means. But words are powerful, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to deal with three major words tonight and advice I want to give to the seniors. But words are powerful. When you think of the introduction that Dr. T just said, you notice that I have degrees behind my name, I have labels, and I have titles. All three are nouns, not adjectives. In fact, a better introduction, but you probably wouldn't like it as much, because most adults, when you ask an adult, what do you do or who are you, you answer in the form of a noun. You say, I'm a doctor, I'm an architect, I'm an athlete, I'm a teacher, I'm an environmentalist. We don't answer in the form of an adjective. Gee, what are you? Well, I'm kind, I'm persistent, I'm dependable, I'm reliable, I'm honest. Doctor. I'm an honest, reliable, dependable lawyer. Now, I said that to 400 lawyers and they all laughed. So they laugh at their own profession, believe me. But we don't answer in the form of an adjective. So even in the word senior, it's a noun, it's not an adjective. I mean, there are words that make no sense when you think about them. Why do they have such power to them? How did the old song of 30-something years ago become popular? Here she comes, just a-walking down the street singing, do-wah-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do. You all know it. Doesn't matter. That was, I think, it was early 70s. Snapping her fingers and shuffling her feet, singing do-wah-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do. We don't know what that word means, but you get a picture in your mind of a very happy person, because words are powerful. There is the holiday song, Deck the Halls with Boughs of Holly. Fa-la-la-la-la, la-la-la-la. It sounded like the author of the song didn't finish the song, went to a publisher and said, this is what I think it ought to sound like. And the publisher of the song said, hey, we don't have any time for you to finish it. Let's just put fa-la-la-la-la-la-la-la in it. But we get the joyful sound, we get the joyful idea just from nonsense words. How about the words happy birthday? You can go to a restaurant and the wait staff will run up to some guest in the restaurant and start singing happy birthday. And it doesn't matter that the person is a total stranger. You will turn and look. You might even join in the singing. But certainly after it's done, a lot of the patrons in the restaurant clap for the person that just celebrated. Hey, wait a minute. Somebody sang happy birthday to a total stranger and you reacted to it, as we often do in restaurants. So I'm in Clearwater a number of years ago. I had my two boys with me. They were younger, obviously. And I'm speaking at a national convention. And we had just gone to a restaurant, and that happened. So I said to the boys, I said, that's kind of interesting that you can sing happy birthday and actually affect the whole crowd in the restaurant. And they go, what are you talking about, Dad? I said, well, can you do that in an elevator? And they said, what? And I said, so we got onto the elevator at the hotel that we were staying at, and it was packed. So I said, in front of my boys and to the folks in the elevator, because you know elevator etiquette is everybody just stares at the numbers. Nobody says anything. You try not to look sideways or down or up, and you try to keep your eyes on the numbers. Otherwise, people think you're weird. Anyhow, so I said in the middle of all that, I said, I wonder if somebody on this elevator has a birthday. How about if we just all sing happy birthday? Okay, well, here's the result of that. The next floor where people were supposed to get off at, everybody got off. Nobody stayed on the elevator, including my two boys. They didn't want to be near me. They were so angry. And so words are powerful both positively and in the wrong context, negatively. Adjectives and adverbs. Why are they so important in our society? Adjectives are the qualities that an employer is looking for in an employee, that a teacher is looking for in a student, that a parent is looking for in a child. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, they are the same qualities that a child looks for in their parent, that a student looks for in their teachers, and that an employee looks for in their employer. Same qualities. In fact, if you wanted to list them, for those of you taking notes, if you wanted to list them, you know what they are? They're the same qualities that a parent trusts in a babysitter. That's right. So when a parent leaves their little children in your care, and I bet you a lot of you have been a babysitter, the qualities that a parent is looking for in a babysitter are the qualities that will carry you through the rest of your life. Those qualities don't change. And ladies and gentlemen, they're not nouns. They are all adjectives. And so here are three qualities that I want to speak about today, specifically to the seniors, but obviously you all get to listen in. I want you to be dynamic, I want you to be resilient, and I want you to be enthusiastic. Being dynamic. The great unpardonable sin is to live life in a dull way. Why are superhero movies blockbuster successes? From Rambo to Avengers. In fact, the new Avengers just broke all sale records. Wonder Woman, Batman, Black Panther, Spider-Man, all of them. Because, and this is true, especially of you seniors, but you younger ones may even understand this too. The older we get, the number of our heroes decrease. The number of our heroes decrease, and their influence over our life diminishes. In other words, because we live longer and longer, we get jaded as to who our heroes really are. And they become fewer and fewer in our life, and their influence diminishes because of the way they're living when we never knew they were living that way. I bet you if I hesitated and got real silent, you'd know what I was talking about. Yeah, it's happened to all of us. People have really disappointed us. Really disappointed us because there's a craving inside of our soul where we want good to win over evil, where we want right to win over wrong. And I'm encouraging you seniors as the next hope of this world, live your lives dynamically. Live your lives so that people notice. Your lives should not be average, because average is right between the bottom and the top. And that's not being dynamic. That's being average. Good enough is the motto for the average, but they don't sail any further than the shore. Dynamic comes from the Greek word dunamos, which we get our English word dynamic, or dynamite. We actually get our word power from it. Power from it. If you ever know anything about, if you ever watched on TV, and hopefully you haven't had experience with it, a stick of dynamite, when they light the fuse of it, it blows up. And it's put somewhere in resistance. In other words, if they put a stick of dynamite out in the desert on top of a rock, it would not serve its purpose. It would be loud, but that's not the purpose of dynamite. The purpose of dynamite is to be put where there's resistance. They drill holes in mountains to cut roadways through, and they stick dynamite and blow up. In other words, it has to have resistance surrounding it in order for it to have its purpose. So to be dynamic, to be powerful, you have to have resistance in your life. If you have no resistance in your life, you have no power, because that's what it means, is to move that which surrounds you. Resistance or no resistance will dictate your power. History has never been moved by the masses, never been moved by the average, which is just as close to the bottom as it is to the top, but by the boundless, the spirited, and the dynamic. However, being dynamic will involve pressure. The world will pick a fight with you. So if you want to avoid all pressure, because we have a society that loves to say they're stressed out, if you want to avoid all pressure, then say nothing, do nothing, be nothing, and you won't have any pressure. But that's not a dynamic life. Secondly, and this brings me to the point of resiliency, be a resilient person. Resilient is an adjective, and it means to bounce back. If I had a basketball with me, you would know that when you push a basketball down, it bounces back up. When you push it down harder, it bounces back higher. That's life. If you're going to be resilient, you know that life is going to push you down, but you're going to bounce back up. You know if it pushes you down even harder, if you're going through the toughest time of your life right now, if you will see your way through it and not make stupid, dumb choices in the middle of that, you will bounce back higher than you have ever been in life. There's not anybody that's been a leader in an education, in the world, in a country, in a company that does not have tremendous trials in their life. Be resilient. Be resilient. Think about a real basketball game, and let's pretend you were a player in it, and you just got fouled, and there's 1 second left, and you're down by 1 point. You get to take 2 shots. You're down by 1 point. You get to take 2 shots. That means if you make both shots as you dribble the ball, if you make both shots, you go into the locker room a hero. If you make 1 shot, the game goes into overtime. If you miss both shots, you lose the game for your team. I have never watched a young person, no matter how young they are or how old they are, whether they're professional or amateurs, I have never, ever seen somebody bounce the basketball at the foul line, standing toe-to-toe with failure and saying, this is too much pressure for me. I've never seen them do that. And you young people are screaming examples to the older folks that resiliency is still there in your soul. You don't give up. You don't back down, in the words of the famous philosopher Tom Petty. You don't back down. You bounce back up just like a basketball. But understand this about resiliency. If you're going to bounce back up, ladies and gentlemen, especially young people, understand this, that when you're standing at that foul line, half the bleachers are cheering for your success. And I bet you it's filled with all these people here. And half the bleachers are cheering for your failure. They don't want you to win. Get used to it. It's that way for the rest of your life. Now that sounds pretty depressing, but if you understand that in this world expect trouble and that everybody is not going to be cheering for your success, you'll be just fine. You'll be more resilient because you'll lower your standards on half the crowd. And you will do just fine. However, being resilient will involve pressure. The world will pick a fight with you. So if you want to avoid all pressure, say nothing, do nothing, be nothing. And the last adjective is be enthusiastic. Be enthusiastic. Make a list of 5 favorite things you love to do. Make sure they're all legal. Make sure they're all legal. Make one of them your career. Kind of turn it into a commitment and then even into a calling, which is really pretty cool if you can do that with your career. I bet you a lot of your teachers have done that. I bet you the folks at River City Science Academy has done that. I wanted to see if the name was right there. They've turned it into a calling, not just a career. But make that list of 5 things and make one of them your career and your calling. But be enthusiastic about all of it. See, this world needs more backbones, not wishbones or jawbones or funny bones. It needs more backbones. People who do not complain about the weight of the burden, but they wonder how can they strengthen their back. to make it better than ever. Be enthusiastic. I spoke at a UF dinner, University of Florida dinner, and it was all professors and from different institutes around the state. This was a few years ago. And I remember asking them a colossal question about being enthusiastic. I said to them, does a college degree, you all work in colleges, you're professors, you're department heads, does a college degree give you the right to become dull? And then I asked them the question, can every single one of you remember one educator that made a difference in your life? Can you all do that? They all raised their hand. Most people can. They can remember. For me, it was my third grade teacher. I was adopted at 5 years old from Athens, Greece. I was put in a foster care system that was highly abusive, every kind of abuse you can imagine. And then I was adopted, and then I put in school, but I couldn't read. And Miss Allers helped me read in third grade. She's the teacher that I remember. I bet you can all remember. But this group of college professors, nearly every single one of them said, yeah, I can remember somebody. I said, what grade was that teacher? And they all cited elementary, middle, and high school. Now, I don't know if you call what I just said. These are college professors that couldn't name a professor that made a difference in their life. Did you catch that? And so the challenge to them is, you guys need to be somebody that an adult remembers making a huge difference in your life. But right now you're not. Because sometimes getting college degrees and becoming a brainiac makes us a very dull person. And so being enthusiastic is important because it will work for you in every single category of life. When you get in your car tonight, think of this. Your rearview mirror, no matter how rich the car is, no matter how poor the car is, no matter how old or new or big or small, the car's rearview mirror is about the same size. They have tested making them bigger, but then it blocks your forward focus. They tested taking them off or making them smaller, but then you can't see behind you. So the average ratio is 1 to 20. It's about 1/20th the size of the front windshield. So you say, what's the point? Every time you get in your car, you can imagine that your life should be spent 1 minute looking backwards, complaining about what life has done to you, and 19 minutes looking forward. That's enthusiasm. The famous philosopher Mick Jagger, yes, from the Rolling Stones, once said, you don't always get what you want. And isn't that true? But if you keep looking forward, and when people ask you, what do you want to become someday? You seniors will answer, I want to be dynamic, resilient, and enthusiastic, or any other adjective you want to use. So don't chase titles, choose testimony. Don't gather labels, garner a legacy, and worry less about degrees behind your name and more about temperature. I'll let that one settle in your brain. Worry less about degrees and more about temperature. You cannot burn out until you've caught on fire. So seniors, pursue your dreams with enthusiasm. Be careful of disposable pleasures. Chase the dynamic pursuits. Leave no ruts. Blaze new trails, and as Tom Petty once said, don't back down. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Honorees, as I call your name, would you please stand? Audience, please hold your applause until the end of the presentation. Sarah Zamarad Alami, Epiphany Sabrina Allen, Raina Ferdeas Kair, Rabza Drefson Kair, Cameron Christine Collins, Sarah Jeanette Feza, Harry Kenneth Gorey, Isla Habibik, Safulden Mohammed Idris, Elita Jashari, Regal Becerra Kibo Jr., Lena Sophie Lehausen, Zoe Autumn Martinez, Isaac Samuel Allen Mashman, Jonah Riley McDowell, Jacob Christopher Meyer, Maria de Los Angeles Rivas, Jesselyn Romero, Vladimir Aranda, Mirella Skopeljak, and Jessica Taylor von Berg. As your faculty advisors, Mrs. Ferrari and I, who have also taught you as students in our classes, have had the privilege and pleasure of following your academic and personal accomplishments as students at River City Science Academy. You are the kind of young women and men who add immeasurably to your teacher's joy of teaching. For that, we thank you. Parents, grandparents, guardians, whoever has been entrusted with raising and nurturing these honorees, thank you for sharing them with River City Science Academy. Sarah, Epiphany, Rana, Ravza, Cameron, Sarah, Harry, Isla, Safulden, Elita, Regal, Lena, Zoe, Isaac, Jonah, Jacob, Maria, Jesselyn, Vlad, Mirella, Taylor. I now ask of you that you carry forward the character and commitment to academic and personal growth which earns you your rightful place in the National Honor Society. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you with very real pride and, yes, affection, this year's members of the River City Science Academy chapter of the National Honor Society class of 2018. You may be seated. And now, please join me in welcoming the president of RCSA's parent volunteer organization, Kathy Pimenta.
Good evening. At this time, we would like to recognize those students that attended RCSA since 6th and 7th grade. For those students, please stand at this time. Please join me in welcoming to the stage RCSA's principal, Mr. Oz.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. You guys are the best. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Well, this graduation nights comes once in a year, and you just get prepared for it, and you think about what you are going to say to your students, to your families, and to the guests and everybody, and prepare your speech. And one more thing, that you pray for the other speakers before you is going to just not going to do a good job, and you're going to be the one on the stage. But thanks, Ron. He ruined everything tonight, and just that was a great speech, sir. I mean, my jaw went down, and very, very inspirational. Thank you very much. Well, first of all, congratulations to my students. this is a great moment. This is one of the great moments in your life. You're going to have more and more, I hope, because high school graduation did not mean much when I was graduating from high school 28 years ago, and it doesn't mean much right now too. So this is one of the stages that you had to complete, and you have done very well. But next stage is going to college and then continue your education. This learning process is never going to end. I always say to my teachers and my staff and faculty, hey, we're in this business, we're going to continue learning again and again, just a never-ending story. But it doesn't have to be just for teachers or the people in education. It's for everybody. It's a learning process. We learn everything every day. I just want to thank to our parents. I always say, I always find this fascinating. How do you trust your students, they say pupil, how do you trust your pupil, your student, your child to somebody that you don't know? This is very interesting to me because I did not trust anybody else. My kids, two of my sons, were always with me, same school, and we went to this school, same school for 12 years. So why did I do that? Because I trusted my school, I trusted my staff, and I always believed that wherever I work, that is the best school. And I believe our CSA is the best school in Jacksonville. Thank you very much. If you are one of the best schools in town, then there is a great competition, and you have to grow every single year. You cannot just say that, hey, we have enough programs, and then, well, we can go with these programs. There's no need to grow. There's always need to grow. And 5 years ago, when I came to our CSA, there was a great program. And I was thinking, how can we grow these programs? How can we add more and more every year? And we did add a program every single year. Now, Dr. T mentioned about the AP Capstone Diploma program. He mentioned about CTE and some others too. So these are great programs. When I mentioned the new programs to my son, he says, why didn't you offer that when I was in the high school? I said, I'm sorry, but I did offer you something new when you were in the high school. So it is getting better and better, and our CSA is not going to stop. We'll continue to grow. Like, it's not just the numbers that, like Dr. T said, getting close to 3,000 students in Jacksonville. It's the programs that speaks. So you guys, I am sorry that we could not offer the new programs to you, that, well, you didn't have chance to be in that AP Capstone Diploma program, but you had your chances with different programs. Every year we added more AP courses. Every year we added more dual enrollment courses on campus, which was a great opportunity for all of you. And tonight I just want to recognize two gentlemen here. This year, interestingly, there are two gentlemen. Sometimes it's two ladies, sometimes it's two gentlemen. So it goes 2 by 2. I don't know. It wasn't one lady and a gentleman. And these two people, great achievers. Their GPA, the rated GPA, both of them got 466. 466 is a huge number. Congratulations. Now, once again, back in my time, 4.0 was the highest, and if you are 4.0, I mean, that means you don't have many friends, you're just be yourself. But now it is 4.66, meaning these people had many opportunity to rise their GPA above 4. And both of them, interestingly, different numbers, but they got both AP plus dual enrollment courses. Both of them got 10 of them. 10 college credits. This is crazy, I have to say that, because when you go to college with 10 college credits, 10 courses, when you speak with credits, it's different. 10 courses, that means it's more than a year, I can easily say. It's more than a year. And with the current RCSA high school system, you can get 2 years of college credits before graduating high school. And thank you. And I am dying to see who is that nerd going to be. We'll see. We'll see. Now, let's start with salutatorian, and then we'll go to valedictorian. Salutatorian is having 6 AP courses plus 4 dual enrollment courses. As I said, weighted GPA is 4.66 and unweighted is 3.97. I just want to know who that teacher is who gave him 1B so that his GPA is 3.97. That is Regal Kibo. I cannot see. Come on, come up the stage. Come up the stage. And another brilliant mind is going to come up the stage. This gentleman had 9 AP courses, and he was a fan of AP courses, I guess, and by chance he got 1 dual enrollment course. I don't know which one was that. And he got 1B, which course I don't know, but I want to congratulate his teacher too. And his unweighted GPA is 3.98. And this gentleman is coming from a family, their tradition is being valedictorian every time they come up the stage. I just want to congratulate their family before the students. If may I see Mr. and Mrs. Idris in this? Most probably, yes. They are, well, okay, I'm sorry. There is the mother. There is the mother. So it is very difficult. I mean, it's easy with daughters. If you have a daughter, they just sit down and study. You don't need to do much. They do it themselves. But if you have a son, I have 2 of them, and every single time I have to remind them, you have a test tomorrow, you have an assignment, have you completed your assignment, did you turn that in? It's difficult with boys. And this time, their 2 daughters were valedictorians, RCSA valedictorians earlier, and now it's the turn for their son. I call him doctor. Every time I see him, I call him doctor. It is Dr. Safuddin Idris. Before I give the microphone to both of them, I just want to take the opportunity to take a picture with them so that once they are famous, they are going to remind me. Take the picture, yes.
Oh, take a picture? Just give me one moment. I just got to flatten out my paper. Oh my God. All right. Good evening. My name is Rigo Kiba, and I'm the class salutatorian, which is just a nice way of saying I came in second. First off, I would like to thank my parents for supporting me throughout my life. My dad, who sacrificed his career as a policeman to juggle 2 hard jobs. My mom, who stuck with the responsibilities as a caring mother and worked countless hours overnight as a nurse to provide for the family. They brought me and my siblings to America, hoping to create a fresh start in a world that they've never set foot in. They pushed their aspirations and dreams aside to create the opportunity for me to have my own ambitions. Now that's something a lot of kids take for granted. Our parents' sacrifices are why we are fed, bred, and able to sleep with a roof over our heads. We are consumed with the world around us that we forget to count our blessings. We become ignorant, ungrateful, and lost with our identity. Just remember that we are blessed to have family members sitting here with us today to witness a special milestone in our life. Second, I would like to thank the staff and faculty that have put up with these angsty teenagers for the past 4 years. We've caused pain, trouble, headache, and most of all, the wrinkles and gray hairs on your youthful faces. Now, I have been a student at River City Science Academy for 8 years. Throughout these years, I've managed to create a special group of friends. Abdurazik, Kevin McDonald, Alistair Flores, Safolden Idris, and Isaac Mashman, sorry, my bad. I want you all to stand up. Abdul, you taught me how to be selfish and sarcastic enough to get what I want. Kevin and Alistair, you guys showed me how to laugh even in the most inappropriate of times. Isaac, Mr. Podcast, it was nice to have some friendly banter over the years. And lastly, Safolden, I've known this guy since 5th grade. Got a tassel in my mouth. We've created the most unforgettable memories together. You 5 have helped me mold me into what I am today, and I wouldn't trade anything else in the world to go up these 7 years we've spent together. You guys can sit down now. This all brings me onto my next point, college. These next 4 years will inevitably split us into different paths. We will all have to make new friends, create new experiences, and get closer to finding out about who we are ourselves. College may be the beginning of our toughest times or our wildest times. This change is what will make us grow and better ourselves. The pressure we face, the obstacles we overcome, and the failures we create are why it's worth living. Just remember that we all must stay true to ourselves and work hard towards catching our dreams, not following them. As Dave Chappelle once said, the world can't tell you who you are. You've just got to figure out who you are and be there, for better or worse. Thank you.
All right, so just in case you didn't catch it the first 6 times or so, good evening, and welcome everybody, honored guests, faculty, friends, family. Thank you for coming today to celebrate this wonderful occasion that represents the final hurdle my fellow classmates and I must overcome before officially entering the real world. So when I first started high school 4 years ago, I couldn't wait for it to be over, and now that it is, it feels like it's all gone by too fast. Constantly yanking myself out of bed every Monday through Friday at 6 in the morning, just to end up going to school practically late every day anyway. Everybody here knows. Or attempting to feign a sickness just to get out of a test that I didn't properly study for. I'm going to be honest, I did it, and I can't say I regret it either. It's just a lot to process. All the experiences that we went through over these years will soon be memories of the past as we all jump into the next phase of our life. Speaking to my classmates, by now most of us have decided what our plan after high school will be, whether that may be jumping straight into college, taking time off to earn a little money before getting back into education, or choosing to take a completely different route. And it's going to be difficult. Why? Because it's new, it's different. We're going to have to try new things, experience things that we're not used to. However, I have no doubt in my mind that all of you will overcome any obstacle present before you and accomplish great things throughout the rest of your life. But we have to be willing to stand up and take those first steps for ourselves to secure our future. We should look to our parents and teachers for support, but we shouldn't rely on them for everything. For example, you wouldn't go home today and ask one of your parents to give you a piggyback ride from the car to your bed because you're tired, right? Similarly, you shouldn't ask them to hold your hand and lead you through the rest of your life. You should be willing to chase after what you want with the knowledge and abilities that you have acquired for yourself, not by waiting for someone to take your hand and lead you there. Looking back, it has been quite the eventful year, and none of it could have happened without the support of our wonderful school faculty. Teachers, administration, and all other staff members put so much time and effort into making this year into one that we will never forget. Having to take care of the 90-something seniors, in addition to the hundreds of other students, is not an easy task, and you all deserve more recognition than you receive for your efforts. Honestly, don't know how you do it, but I'm grateful that I was blessed with such a kind and caring faculty. I would also like to thank all the parents for whom these last 18 years have put their children through school, constantly waking up in the mornings to make sure we got to school on time, looking after our grades to keep us on track, dealing with all the discipline issues, and overall being a pillar of support that we could trust to keep us standing upright when we felt like we couldn't take it anymore. You truly are the light that guides us, and we know sometimes we take you for granted, but we couldn't have survived without you, and we truly do love you. In addition, I would also like to personally take a moment to thank my elder siblings for always making me work harder by creating impossible standards that I was forced to live up to, and my younger siblings for giving me a sense of responsibility that I always had to uphold. Finally, I would like to give a big thanks to my fellow senior classmates, as this year really wouldn't have been the same without you. I've known many of you since elementary school and had a fun time spending with and coming to know all of you. You gave me something to look forward to every single day of the week, and I look forward to seeing you all do great things in the future. However, while you all had a great impact on me, there is one particular student sitting here tonight that I would like to personally thank. I would like to give my utmost gratitude to one of my closest friends and possibly the #1 person that had the greatest influence on me this year. This student always gives me great advice and an even better lineup. If you would please take a moment and stand up where you are, Isaiah Rodriguez. I couldn't have survived this year without you. Thank you. As a conclusion to my speech, I would like to leave you all with an anecdote. I don't remember the original speaker for this, so forgive me for not crediting them. Anyway, this man, he was asked who his hero is, and replies, his hero is him in 10 years. I know it sounds a bit conceited, but bear with me. So 10 years later, he's asked again, well, are you your hero? And his reply is, not even close. But my hero is me in 10 years from now. So he knows he'll never attain the qualities of his hero because every day, every hour, and every minute, he finds a way to make himself better and sets those expectations for himself. So this ideal image of him continues to grow and change and will always be better than the current person that he is. And this leaves him with a goal to chase after and a reason to continue working harder. So what I want you to take away from this is to never settle. Always think of ways in which you can improve yourself and keep a constant goal so you never lose your path. Thank you.
I've been standing there just for one more announcement. For every school, there are some leaders. It's not just leaders for administration. There are some leaders for students. And those leaders that we respect a lot, because those are the leaders as equal as the administration. So I would love to call the class president, Destiny Raymond, to give her a speech.
my gosh. Okay. Hi, everybody. Enough. I'm already nervous. Okay. Friends, family, we are gathered here today to celebrate the fact that we finally made it. We're done with high school and we're off to find ourselves in the real world. I wanted to tell you that your dreams are possible and not to let anyone get in your way of what you're passionate about. To never let what people say about you get you down or hurt your feelings, because at the end of the day, it's all about you and what you think and what you see in yourself. We all have the capability to go far in high school, and this is only the beginning of a new chapter in the story of our lives. I'm not gonna lie, we've had our ups and downs in the 4 years that we've been together, but we're all here now, glowing and happy as ever. So congratulations, class of 2018. My speech was short, so y'all wouldn't cut me off. Please join me in welcoming to the stage our senior class advisor, Ms. Ferrari.
Good evening, everyone. So, good evening to all of the parents and grandparents, extended friends and family, RCSA staff and graduates. I have been tasked with introducing the class of 2018, and in that to utter those words of profound wisdom and inspiration that your mom will remember in 10 years. I'm supposed to offer you some thoughts on how you might live a good life out there in the so-called real world, which, well, let's just say, I can assure you is no more or less real than the one you have found yourselves in tonight. As your former English teacher and professional admirer of language, I promise to say, well, no, to the temptations of utilizing cliches while offering you my last lessons and words of advice. The first piece of advice is what Mark Twain called the live frog principle. Twain used to argue, and quite convincingly, that one should swallow a live frog at the beginning of every day. That way you'd know the worst part of your day was behind you, and that things could only rise from the floor, baby. Secondly, do not make your goal to be the best. Best is a label, like a price tag at TJ Maxx or Best Buy. It's something someone else decides for you. Better is more personal. So tomorrow will be a better day because momentarily you will walk across this stage and accept your diploma starting tomorrow as a high school graduate. And without further ado, may I call up to the stage Mr. Dalton and Mr. Rose, the senior class advisors.
And now this is a part everyone has come here for, right? Your class of 2018. Mehdi Abdullah.
Abdurazik.
Matthew Augustino.
Sarah Alamy.
Hussein Alamad.
Epiphany Allen.
Adam Anger.
Giovanni Arredondo.
Chase Austin.
Christopher Baker.
Zachary Bumel.
Oksana Brown.
Ravza Kair.
Rana Kair.
Cameron Collins.
Alyssa Cook.
Quintavious Cosby.
Daisha Davis.
Jada Davis.
Kyler Farrell.
Sarah Feza.
Wendy Ferrer.
Alistair Flores.
Jonathan Gamboa.
Samuel Gaynor.
Harry Gorey.
Isla Habibik.
Esnib Hajarovich.
Zachary Hart.
Alexander Hartley.
Melissa Hernandez.
Michaela Higgins.
Tyrese Hobdy.
Hannah Horn.
DeCameron Howard.
Sarah Ibrahimi.
Safolden Idris.
TJ Jackson.
Eddie Jarquin.
Alida Jashari.
Tamia Jenkins.
Cameron Johnson.
Kayla Kellum.
Regal Kibbo.
Zachary Kibido.
Shakoa Knighton.
Mirza Kovac.
Bershonda Lampley.
Anando Leonard.
Caitlin Lewis.
Lena Lyhausen.
Max Martin.
Zoe Martinez.
Isaac Mashman.
Brandon Maza.
Eddie Maza.
Alexander McCart.
Kevin McDonald.
Jonah McDowell.
Melissa Medic.
Jacob Meyer.
Tyler Mitchell.
Emma Moeller.
Jenny Montanez.
Jaylene Montoya.
Dennis Muchanovich.
Luke Norcia.
Natalia Orozco.
Sid Marie Padilla.
Jermaine Parson.
Frederick Pendleton.
Naima Peters.
Hong Pham.
Jana Pumphrey.
Adrienne Ron.
Mitchell Ramkasoon.
Destiny Raymond.
Maria Rivas.
Miranda Rogers.
Julia Lambert.
Isaiah Rodriguez.
Jesselyn Romero.
Marcos Romero.
Vladimir Ronda.
Eric Rumardo.
Mohammed Sabir.
Edwin Santiago.
Kristen Scott.
Zainab Sevatova.
Taylor Shellman.
Aaron Singleton.
Brianna Singleton.
Crystal Smith.
Zarima Tyrova.
Jamisha Taylor.
Sangol Toyrova.
Darius Tracy.
Taylor Von Berg.
Nisa Westby.
JC Westby.
CJ Williams.
Jason Woods.
Mia Young. One more round of applause for the graduating class of 2018. And if you would please join me in welcoming Senior Class Advisor, Ms. Copeland.
Oh, I found. Wow, first name basis. I know, right? Okay, so I know you guys all want to get to the good part. Okay, we have one last little tradition to do. We're going to have to turn the tassel. Okay, now, not yet. Hold on. I get one last thing to say, okay? So, I have taught many of you psychology, government. I've had almost all of you, and it has been a very nice pleasure. Thank you, parents, for donating your children to me for an hour a day, right? I want to just say one last tidbit. If I had one thing to say, everyone says that life will be bumpy, right? And you guys all know that. Heck, it's been bumpy for a few of you just to get here tonight, right? Or all of you. Okay, I know. Hi, I see you. But I don't want to focus just on the bumpy. Life also just sometimes is boring, okay? I know nobody wants to tell you that tonight because you're supposed to be looking to this exciting life, but it really does get bland. At some point, we can only watch Netflix or binge watch. Is that what we call that? Binge watch. We can only binge watch Netflix for so long. We can only go to the hookah bar for so many times, right? Not that any of you would do that ever, okay? Oh, no. Okay, sorry. Different group of 2018. And we can only so many times watch YouTube endlessly, right? We know what that is, okay? Yeah, you're number one at that. So those are the little things that will be boring, right? At some point, you're going to be like, okay, I could probably be doing something more with my time right now. But what about the big things that get boring? What about when you are in your early 30s or 40s or heck, mid-20s and you realize that you are not where you wanted to be? All of you right now have a dream, okay? And all of you want to achieve it. And I'm sorry, but some of you are not going to get there the first time. Ask your parents, ask all of your family how many times it took us to get to the dream we wanted, okay? If I could give you one piece of advice, if your life seems easy, then you probably are missing out on something that you could be pushing yourself to be better and to experience more. You get only one life. Do you really want to be in your mid-30s or 40s and wake up and be like, how did I get here? Right? Yeah, you know, Caitlin does, okay? But I don't want you to get to that, right? And so to prevent that, you have to do what we would say is something very scary. You have to wake up one day and realize that's not where you wanted to be, and you have to change it, okay? It is a very scary thing to do. It is hard to do, and it's really hard, especially when you have just done 4 years in a degree you don't like. Sorry, mom and dad. Thanks for paying for it, right? Or you have 2 kids, and you realize that the job you are doing is miserable for you. And you have to decide, am I going to go find a new career? Am I going to go get new training? Am I going to leave the life that I have so that I can give more to my kids? Because you all are probably going to procreate, right? And those are going to be the ones, you're going to do what your parents have just done, okay? So my advice to you is be willing to be scared and be willing to change when you realize your life is not what you wanted to be, because you only get one, and I want all of you to have the best one that you can have, all right? Okay, so now the tassel. Are you ready? Are we ready? I see it. All right. Now, you need to go from the right to the left. If you can do this, you're seniors. On your mark, get set, go. Class of 2018, thank you, everyone, and have a good night. Be safe.